In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Welcome back to the show. It's me, Paul Amadeus Lane, and you are in the tech zone. You ever had a sneeze that just stayed in your nose that won't come out? I've been having this sneeze ever since I went to the first break, and hopefully it comes out. If it comes out, I'll try not to sneeze too loud. But welcome back to the show. I talked about this in the first segment of the show. This show is dedicated to streaming content, the value of it. And I don't think you understand just where we're at in the technological age. Think back to some of the shows that might have went off the air. What would we have to do to see them again? We can either subscribe to a video service and have the videotapes sent to our house, or go to the video store and check out the old series, or wait till they came to reruns on TV. But not all things are on reruns, so you still would not be able to get the content. But the way technology is today with streaming content, it opens a whole new world of the way that we view, the way that we consume all this content, and it really, really makes a difference. Think about that favorite show that you may have watched on, let's say, terrestrial television or cable or satellite on the networks, and that show got canceled. And you were like, I wish the show continued. I wish that it went on. One thing that comes to mind is the Mindy Project. That was on NBC. Got canceled. Then they moved it to Hulu. Think of all the original Netflix content out there. There was some news that shook sci-fi fans off guard, shook them to their core, and it took them through a whirlwind of emotions. A few weeks ago, Sci-Fi announced that they were canceling the very popular show, The Expanse. I watched Expanse. I'm a huge fan of The Expanse. And if you've been following me, you know that I've interviewed many members of The Expanse. And The Expanse really has an all-star cast of characters. They have Emmy Award winner Shohreh Aghdashloo. I'm about the millionth person in the world who mispronounced her name, but she's a really good friend of mine, and I love her to death. Emmy Award winner. We have some of you deadheads out there. You know, Chad Coleman. He's in that series. Dominique Tipper, she's on there. Cas Anvar. You know, just this all-star cast. The end was near for them, or it was the end, when Sci-Fi decided to cancel the series. But something interesting happened. Remember I talked about the streaming content and how the technological age that we see can save certain things, and we can continue the story, continue the journey of the writers and so forth. Well, last week, it was announced that the series was saved. Not on Sci-Fi, but on Amazon. It's coming to Amazon Prime for season 4. So it's going to continue. So what I wanted to do is share with you a conversation that I had with Emmy Award winner Shohreh Aghdashloo. She plays Christian Vasarela. She's a great friend of mine. She and I had a lot of fun. We had this conversation, and I wanted to replay it for you. For some of you out there who may not have watched The Expanse, may not know what the Expanse is. Hopefully my conversation with her will whet your appetite to tune in and to see what this series is all about and why Amazon decided to save it and bring it to a season 4.
I am with my friend, Emmy nominated. Actually, she won the Emmy. Yes, she did. Shohreh, how you doing, my friend?
Hello, my friend.
Oh,
How are you doing?
Doing great.
Fantastic.
Good to see you. We are so happy that the Expanse is coming back.
Yes,
You're here at WonderCon. Are you enjoying your time?
very much so. I love all the cons. It gives you a chance. It gives us a chance to see our fans face to face, one on one, talk to them, take pictures with them, hear them out. It's amazing. Because when we're acting, when we're on our own, it's like, okay, we've done this, but how is it going to, be received by the audience? You love to hear from your audience. Cons give you the opportunity to hear it firsthand.
And one thing I really like about the cons and covering the cons is we get a chance to talk to you. We get a chance to have you open up and talk about being on the show, your character, how you and Bobby Draper, how both your characters have just went from adversarial to mentor and teacher.
Yes.
How you like that, the maturation process?
I love that relationship, first off, Bobby and I. And it's the same process as I had with my own daughter, with her going through phases. First phase, she's now independent. She's 14 years old and she thinks she knows the whole world. Now she's 16. She comes home and she's like, mother. Now she remembers that she has a mother. She's 18 now. Again, she's an individual who knows exactly what she wants. 20. Same thing as I've had with my daughter, with Bobby and Bobby's character. And Frankie, the actress, I love her. She is like my daughter.
Yeah, and she's
Same
awesome
age,
too.
actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But you're so young.
I look young.
Yes, you do. And beautiful, beautiful. And
I love what Brits say. They say, age is a matter of mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
that is so true.
Yeah.
And I want to personally thank you because at Comic-Con, you did something so gracious. You took a picture with me. You posted it on Twitter and Instagram. You made me Insta famous. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for taking the picture with me.
No.
Did you see how many people?
Yes.
Thousands of them.
Sure
They
did.
loved our picture.
Yes, and I appreciate that because I'm just a small town boy from the hood, and I'm glad you. I'm glad you pumped me
So
up.
at least you've seen the innocence of a small town.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're
And
lucky.
when we look at the season coming up, what are some of the things that we in store for that you can tell us? Some certain things you can tell us, but are we in for some surprises?
We are indeed, but remember first and second season we kept saying we're at the brink of a war, Earth, Mars and belt, Earth, Mars belt, they're getting into... War is inevitable now. That's why I feel this show is so timely. I told one of our showrunners, I wish it was a daily show so we could film it during the day and show it to people during the night so they could see for themselves that how relevant this show is to today's world, although it's taking place in 200 years from now.
Yeah, and then one of the things too, Shohreh, that really impressed me about the show is that how you have kind of two shows running concurrently. You have,
The Punisher?
Yeah,
I love The Punisher.
And it's kind of like, talk about just, juggling that.
It's fantastic, and I love doing it. When I portrayed Avasarala, this politician who's not going to give in, who's now going to war, no matter what, she's going to defend Earth, and she has this male soul that I love. On the contrary, the Punisher, the psychologist's mother, is very careful, very politically correct, where Avasarala is not. In the Expanse, the character is not politically correct. She does not believe in transparency in politics and stuff. But on the other hand, the psychologist is trying to play the happy medium. Like, okay, daughter, try to understand what I am telling you, which is incredible because it sounds real because it is real. Again, the feelings I have for Amber is like feelings I have for my own daughter.
And what I like about Avasarala is she kind of gangster. You know what I mean? She don't mess around.
When I look at myself, I was looking at the teaser where she comes in and somebody says, "Is this Avasarala?" She goes, "Yes." I'm like, Oh my God, look at myself. I mean, bully? What is this? How am I going to translate this?
No, but you're just a wonderful, wonderful actress, you know, and I'm so glad that the Hollywood is recognizing just how special you are to us and some of the things that you're doing. And I always love get a chance to chat with you and talk with you.
Thank you so
And is there anything you'd like to share with your fans out there just about The Expanse? And let's say ones are not watching The Expanse. How can we get them to watch and catch up on demand?
If you like science fiction stories, if you like to know, sort of get a glimpse of the future, let me tell you something. There has been many reviews on this show, all good reviews. But my favorite one comes from a scientist who says this is the most accurate version of the future that he had seen for almost 20 to 30 years. I think he's referring to Stanley Kubrick. Remember Odyssey? It's very much like today's world, but obviously it takes place in 200 years from now. Watch it and see how relevant it is. And maybe if we start now, we can really stop the war in 200 years from now.
That is so true.
It may make
That is
us.
so true.
We never know. All we can do is to be positive. With negativism, we can't get anywhere. We can just be positive and one step at a time.
That is so true. And Shohreh, always great to catch up with you, my dear. And
Likewise.
and you can drive my wheelchair anytime.
Very fantastic. Well, next time I try not to.
Crash, right?
Crash, exactly. I didn't want to even say it. But next time I'll be better.
Sounds good. Great talking
I
to you, my
always
dear.
try to make myself a better person. So
Will
polish.
Will you make us a better person?
I
That's
love
what you do. Love you too, my dear.
Merci.
Mercy.
Thank you.
Don't you just love Shohreh Aghdashloo? I tell you, just chatting with her and becoming acquainted with her is such an amazing thing. Just the way she embraced me as a person and brought me into her fold and calling me her friend and being able to, to spend some time with her and chat is truly amazing. I never thought in a million years when I started broadcasting that I would first interview Dr. Maya Angelou, second, do a TED Talk at PlayStation, and third, to really develop this relationship with Shohreh Aghdashloo. And I promise I'm going to find out how to pronounce that name right, but she's so cool. She doesn't care. She is all about love and everything. And if you notice in that interview, that show really touches on a lot of issues that we're kind of going through today. Now, I talked about, if you're just tuning in, about how The Expanse was canceled by the Sci-Fi Channel, and it rocked fans to the core a couple of weeks ago. But then Amazon steps in and said there's going to be a season 4, and it's going to be on Amazon Prime. And we're talking about how streaming content resurrects different shows out there that we want to see a completion to. We want to see how it ends, not just stop it in midstream. And I hate to say it, NBC is notorious for that. And the Sci-Fi Channel, I believe, is owned by NBC Universal. And I'm probably getting in trouble. Probably won't get invited to the press rooms. But I'm just saying, look, stay the course. Put it on your streaming content. Don't let it get swapped up by someone else. And because of streaming content, there's a lot of chances that ones can take now. Before, they had to look at the ratings, all this and that. But now with analytical data, different companies out there are really able to see, okay, is this profitable or not? Is this going to bring the fans in? And we're so happy that Amazon decided to keep the series going. Now, I got it on good authority that the reason that The Expanse got picked up by Amazon for season 4 was because of this man right here.
My friend, how are you?
I'm doing great, my man. I'm doing great. I'm absolutely having a great time.
Well, I tell you, I am a huge fan of you on The Expanse.
Thank you.
Your character, I call is the voice of reason, really, because you're measured,
That's good.
but you can get turned up if they
Oh,
go the
don't
wrong
mess.
way, right?
You don't mess with someone with kind of a Texas attitude. You don't, because they'll be calm, cool, and collected, but you poke them too much and then they bite.
That is so true.
That's what my friend always says. She's from Texas. It's like you don't poke a rattlesnake unless you expect to get bit, right?
That is so true. So we look at the maturation of your character
Yes.
over the 3 seasons.
Yeah, he's grown a lot.
What's been the biggest growth in this character?
He has had to really come to terms with his potential and who he is. Like when he started season 1, he's very introverted, very recluse. He really has had kind of like life has kind of beaten him down, not believing in who he is, and he felt like a failure as a husband, failure as a family man, failure as a Martian, because he didn't do any of the stuff that they're supposed to be doing very well, and it was because he was. He was not being honest with himself, and he was not being authentic, and he had an itch he needed to fly, and so he was always torn. And so watching him grow over season 1 and season 2, you get to see this, what he called himself as a glorified bus driver, transform into a bona fide fighter pilot, a bona fide leader, and what he wasn't expecting was he became the glue that kept his family together. Like having failed with his original family, now he has the Rossi crew, and that is now more important to him than anything else. And so he will do anything. He will do anything to keep that family together, and that's all the evolution that has happened since the beginning of the series.
And one thing that really just blows me away about the series is that how you kind of have like two storylines running concurrently.
Yeah, sometimes 3.
Yeah. And will your characters meet up with Vassarella this season? Can you say?
That's a good question. Well, I will say that in the same way that season 1, you had Miller, you had the Rossi crew, and you had Avasarala, and those 3 storylines, a lot of them started to converge. It's very similar in season 2, season 3, where the disparate and different storylines, because of the war that is brewing, which involves Earth, Mars, and the Belt, our storylines, they have no choice but to converge. So there's going to be a lot of interesting characters meeting a lot of other interesting characters.
And I think everyone wants to know out there, Fred Johnson, is he going to still be the nemesis?
Oh man, Fred Johnson, that guy just does not stop getting us into trouble, right? He's definitely around. He's definitely around. He is stirring up the pot for sure.
And what is up with him and Dominique? Are we going to find out what's up with that kind of dynamic?
You've got an earther who's taken charge of the OPA, which is the voice of the belt, and a true belter, and they have very different ideals. They have very different opinions about what should be done and how things should be done. And he's got a lot of power, and she's got a lot of strength. So those 2 personalities are bound to butt heads.
And Cas, one of the things I really admire about you as a person,
Yes, sir.
is that how appreciative you are.
Oh, thank you, man.
Here at WonderCon, 12,000 packed the house to see your panel.
Yeah.
And that really had an impact on you and how you appreciate the fans and how they show love.
Absolutely. I mean, we're not here if it's not for them. Like these are very big, difficult, expensive shows to do, and if the fans are not showing the love, we don't do them. And so we're very appreciative of, and I especially, not just the job, but I love this job. I love doing this character, and I don't want it to end too soon, So having fans that love the show and the characters as much as I do, that is something to be very grateful for.
And I want to put a call to action out there to all the Expanse fans. We want that season 4.
Hell yeah.
So make sure you like, share, tweet all about the Expanse, catch up on Netflix or on demand and check it out, right?
Hopefully we have good news for you in April.
Well, we're looking forward to it. And hopefully at Comic-Con 2018, we can break that news.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Well, great talking to you, my friend. You look sharp as always.
Boom.
And wow.
Thanks, man.
I need
You
to
too.
I need to lose some weight so I can wear that.
I'm going to be getting me one of these cool little bow ties, a little purple and blue.
Well, I tell you what, we'll celebrate season 4 in Comic-Con. What's the bow tie? Sound good?
I wear a bow tie. It's my favorite color.
Cas Anvar.
All right. Enjoyed my talk with Cas Anvar. He plays Alex Kamal in The Expanse. And if you notice, he's a pretty dapper dresser, isn't he? And like I said, you may be tuning in, hearing about WonderCon, even though WonderCon was a few months back. But I wanted to share that because this show was canceled a couple of weeks ago and just got picked up for season 4 by Amazon. So I wanted to share this with you so that you can find out about the series. You can catch up on seasons 1, 2, and 3 right now. So when season 4 drops, you'll be able to check it out and see what's going on. And he and Shohreh, they praised the diversity of this cast. Now, we talked about Fred Johnson in there. Fred Johnson is played by Chad Coleman. Now, some of you remember Chad from the Grateful Dead, and a cast of other actors too. I know that Shohreh talked about Frankie Adams. She plays Bobby Draper. She is awesome. She is so sweet and just an amazing person. Check out this show. Streaming content is really changing the game. Gone are the days where we don't have this many viewers tuning in, so we're going to have to let it go. Remember what happened to Star Trek. Remember, Star Trek was originally canceled. And then after the cancellation, it became huge in rerun format. So remember the sins of the past, so we will not repeat them. All right, when we get back, we're still going to dedicate the show to streaming. We're going to talk about another show that I want you to catch up on. And hopefully, as I talk to the cast about the storyline, it whets your appetite too to check them out as well. We'll be right back with more show coming up after this.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.